We are never going to get through this thing. Okay. Yeah. So Lisa was slowly waddling down the hall, singing a song to remind her that ducks were birds. When I read this, I just thought, what the fuck? Why do you need a song to remember that ducks are birds? Like, it's a sentence. Like, it's 3 words. Ducks are birds.
Yeah, that's very specific. I can imagine there being a song, covering the birds, like chickens are birds, ducks are birds. Sorry, I'm bad at making up songs, but you get the idea. I don't know. Maybe just like a simple little, I don't know, you're the song making guy, but like a ducks are birds. Ducks are birds over and over.
This is actually why I asked you before we started the podcast to write a song that is about teaching someone how to add. And you didn't do it. But I wrote my song to remind you that ducks are birds. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And I was thinking if I do a revised version of this, I'll do it sort of just like a Lord of the Rings style insert where you just put in a song that one of the characters sings. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait, you can't retroactively go back and add stuff to the book you wrote when you were in like 6th grade or whatever?
It's a work in progress.
Fair enough.
Okay, so here's the song. Come gather round, my birding pals, and learn these all-important words. You may know ducks are waterfowls, but less specifically, they're birds.
Wow.
So tell your ornithologist, tell them rightly what you've heard. I expect by now you get the gist. These ducks say I be birds.
Wow.
Is that pretty good?
Freaking beautiful. Every kid should know that song. That should be in every school. That should be Common Core.
There should be a whole class.
Ducks are birds.
Class.
That's actually like a college level course.
I thought I was a genius. We've already established that. And I thought that skipping a grade was like the absolute confirmation that you were a genius is if you skipped a grade.
Yeah.
So I was sure any day I was going to get the call, Theo, you skipped a grade, right?
Yeah.
So I was in 3rd grade. I was just sitting, just sort of doing my classwork. And someone came to the door and said, we need Theo. And I was like, what? And so it was this 4th grader who came to get me. They were summoning me.
And you were in 3rd grade?
Yeah, I was in 3rd grade, and I recognized this, like, this person is a 4th grader. This might be the moment.
This is my chance.
They're going to take me out in the hall, and someone's going to tell me, Theo, you're so smart. You're skipping to the 4th grade today. So I was like, yeah, I'll go with you. And so we left. We were walking down the hall, and we were turning right, but I saw to my left, there were 2 teachers, and one of them was a 4th grade teacher. So I thought, oh, of course. This 4th grade teacher is about to tell me that I skipped a grade. So I start walking towards that teacher. The 4th grader who's leading me is like, no, this way. Come with me. Which I think is so funny to imagine that I'm thinking I'm a genius. And this other guy is like, what on earth? This kid can't even follow me. He's just wandering away from me. So then I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm not talking to that 4th grade teacher. Maybe, what is this? Are we walking towards the 5th grade hall? Am I skipping 2 grades? This is so amazing. But then we walk past the 5th grade hall. So I'm thinking, okay, what's going on here?
Okay, 6th grade.
I didn't have a 6th grade in my school, but I would have thought that.
Then you looked out a window and you saw like a community college like across the street. Okay, I see where this is going.
They're going to have me teach at that community college. So we walked by the 5th grade hall. I'm a little confused, but my spirits aren't totally broken because then we walk towards what we called the specials. So this was like all the electives like art, PE, music, all of those things. Mm-hmm. And I see we're walking towards that hall. Then I think, all right, so we're walking towards the gymnasium. Maybe they're having an assembly to celebrate me skipping 2 grades.
Oh my God.
No, isn't that like psychotic? So we're walking towards the gymnasium and then the guy's like, okay, right in here. And instead we turn right and go into the art room. And the art teacher says, hey, Theo, I know your mom's an artist. Does she want this paper? That was the only reason they had selected me is because my mom was an artist and they had excess paper.
They walked you back to the 2nd grade and they're like, actually, Theo, taking you down a grade, but thanks for taking this paper for your mom.
Thanks for relieving us of our surplus of paper. That's so funny. But I do remember I felt like a little ashamed. But then when I got home, I remember drawing on this paper with my friend Tristan, and my dad came by and said, "Where'd you get this paper?" And I was like, "I got it at school." And he picked it up and felt how thick it was and said, "This is nice paper." And so then I was like, all right, Theo did all right for himself.
At least it has a happy ending.
Yeah,
This is really nice paper. I may not have gone up a grade today, but I did end up with some really nice paper.
This day wasn't a total loss. And I, sort of give a knowing glance to my stack of pink paper. I have one more question about these clip art images, because I was thinking, I bet those are the only 3 cowboy images that were in the program. Like, those were the only ones in the clip art bank of images that Joseph could pick. And I wonder if that's why he chose to write it about 3 cowboys. If there had been 4 images, would he have written it about 4 cowboys?
Yeah. If a kid like me wrote a story like this today, there would just be too many clip art images. Like, it would be overwhelming.
That's true.
Infinite cowboys. And then the cover would just be too big.
Yeah, that would be the title. Infinite Cowboys.
That's going to be my next book, actually.
It's the sequel.
I think that's a perfect sequel. Yeah. And it's sad that I can't just write a sequel to this in the same style and it be worthy of talking about. But,
It would feel pretty artificial, right?
I do have 2 nephews, and one of them is right around the age where he could write a pretty solid sequel to this. I may hit him up over Christmas to see if he'll write a sequel to this.
Yeah, that would be great. Get a ghost writer for the sequel.
Yeah.
He'll write Infinite Cowboys, and then we can read Infinite Cowboys.
The only problem then is if you go with the same style of introducing every cowboy at the beginning of the book, it's going to be a long book. But yeah, for now, it's just 3 cowboys, 3 clip art images. I think you're right. There probably were the only 3 clip art images I had to choose from. So this book, it was the perfect confluence of a child genius and this program with 3 cowboy clip art images. It couldn't have happened any other time. You get a child genius today, too many cowboys.
There was this one guy in band who was also kind of popular. His name is Chris. So it was me and I think 4 other kind of dorky kids who were in band, and we were all hanging out with this guy Chris out in the hall outside of the awards ceremony. I think we were all thinking, this is awesome. We're hanging out with Chris right now.
Yes.
It was so clear. We were all thrilled and we were just wanting his approval. And then he was talking and then suddenly he just stopped and he squinted his eyes really suspicious. And he said, "One of you smells like mustard." And then he just walked away from us.
Oh, devastating.
I know. As if that he just had to leave.
It's not even you smell bad. It's very specifically. One of you smells like mustard specifically.
He didn't even take the time to figure out who it was and banish that one person. He just left all of us. And it was oh gosh, our 15 minutes of fame are over.
I bet you were hoping that he followed that up with, "And I love mustard." You guys are now my best friends.
Yeah. And then we all start smearing mustard on ourselves.
I can see why he was the cool kid. That was his go-to move.
I mean, it was devastating, yeah.
Just make people feel insecure. Just squint, walk away. Occasionally throw in the "you smell like mustard" and you're golden.
I'm just picturing he leaves and then the rest of us are standing there and we're which one of you is it? Which one of you is it? You fucked it up for the rest of us. Get out of here. You smell like mustard around Chris. What were you thinking?
You're just all sniffing each other violently.
Yeah. That's a good adverb. Violently, they sniffed each other. The man's smile grew large at this, and he beckoned his lion to grab him a sheet of paper. The lion did as he was told, and handed him the paper.
Hold on. Is this lion just his secretary? Grab me a sheet of paper. 8.5 by 11. Just grab it from the printer. A cup of coffee.
Yeah, it's his intern. But this is great experience for the lion, yeah.
Yeah, he'll really be able to leverage this.
Oh, and I'll point out that it wasn't just any sheet of paper. It was a paper with something specific written on it. So it's so weird to say, "Go give me a sheet of paper."
That's a good point.
Because the next sentence says, "The man read,
When the young one comes alone, the gods will come home. They will go to their old world named Sunstar, even if it will be far. Do you know what that means?
What? How would he know what that means?
I had been clued in that prophecies need to rhyme.
Yeah.
But I hadn't really been clued in to how metered verse works.
Also, alone, home. You have 2 lines.
Yeah, the ancient prophecy has a slant rhyme.
You're gonna find 2 pairs of words that rhyme. Also, it's a prophecy. You should have said to the lion, "Grab me the prophecy. Grab me a sheet of paper."
Oh, this one already has something written on it. I guess I'll read it aloud.
Oh, this is the prophecy. Yeah, sure. I guess I could write over this.
I don't want to waste paper. I'll just write under the ancient prophecy.
That is a wasted sheet of paper. That's an entire sheet of paper with those 2 lines on it.